Namaste. So this is like 5 moves that I want you to work on for your hip mobility and your hamstring mobility. So we did some of these before. So I want you to think of the Yogi squat, turn your feet out to 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, and slowly start to come down. Now we're gonna add some active movement. So you're gonna press your elbows against your thighs, and I want you to push your elbows out to the side so you feel the stretch in your groins, and then I want you to relax. And I want you to just press away and then relax. So you're gonna do this for 20 times. So I want you to just start with that, not forcing it, but just a gentle opening. So try to keep your feet flat so the knees are tracking over your second and third toe, and then press out and then release. So use your exhale and then just back out of it slowly. Keep pressing. You might notice that your range of motion increases over time. And I'm not counting on this, so you can just count on yourself. And so I want you to do 20 of these to begin. Then we're gonna release that, step your right foot back, and we're gonna come into a nice runner's lunge. So check yourself first. Make sure the knee is in line with the ankle. Bring your hand to the inside of your foot. And then I want you to start to add a rotation. So I want you to look up at your fingertips and then bend your elbow. Bring your elbow down and see if you can touch either your wrist or to the ground. And then I want you to open back up, look up at your hand, and then slowly bring your elbow down. So my back knee is off the ground as I do this. And so anywhere from 10 to 20 of these as you work into your twist in your spine, opening up through the front of your hip into that psoas hip flexor. And the last one, then I want you to hold up, and I want you to just reach up as far as you can up to the sky, and just hold this for like 10 to 15 seconds, just so that your body can feel this range of motion. And then we'll switch legs. So step forward, and then this time I want you to step your left foot back, check and make sure the knee is in line with the ankle. Place your hand down to the ground. If your hand doesn't touch the ground, you can always place something underneath your hand, and then bring that elbow down to either connect with the wrist or your forearm or towards the ground. And notice if this side is any different as you rotate and open up through your hips and your spine, your chest. Maybe you can slowly, as your body starts to warm, bring that elbow down even further to the ground. And then say this is our last one. Then I want you to static, hold, stretch. Just feel the arms separate and reach in opposite directions. Now from here, we're gonna add on. So we're gonna lower the back knee down to the ground. I want you to keep your chest open, heart is extended open. So you should really feel this nice and deep into the front of the hip. Now we're gonna get into the hamstrings. I want you to pull the hips back, straighten the legs, and pull your toe up so you get into your calf and ankle, and just bow to yourself. So coming forward into a kneeling lunge, looking up, and then straighten legs, so your back heel may be off the ground, and then bow to yourself as you pull those toes up as high as you can towards the sky. Coming forward, chest up, exhale, hips go back, you bow, feel the stretch in your hamstrings. So again, try to do anywhere from like 10 to 20 of these. On the last one, then I want you to stay in your pyramid. So allow yourself, like you have your football spike on, ground your heel into the ground. See as the body starts to relax. Maybe even the back heel can start to press down to the ground. And then slowly release. Step the back foot to meet the front foot, and then switching sides. So this time, right foot steps back, square your hips. If you're feeling like you need a little bit more, you can always walk your foot a little bit to the side, left side, to give your hips a little bit more room. Now, chest up, start to lower the back knee down to the ground, feel that amazing stretch, and then exhale, pull the hips up and back, and then bow to yourself and see how this leg feels. Maybe tighter, maybe more open. Use your breath. Inhale as you come forward. Keep the lips sealed as you breathe in through the nose. Exhale, hips go back, pull those toes up to the sky. Inhale, nice and smooth, even working your knee here. So just flossing the hamstrings. Last one. Now this time we're gonna hold, well, I should say do to like 5 to 10 and pretend this is your last one. And then let your head just bow down. Hands can be cupcaked, hands can be flat. And then just think as you're pulling the toes back more towards your face, you're trying to bring that space between your forehead closer towards your shin, and you're trying to melt the heel towards the ground. Okay, now we're gonna change the position. So come back to that runner's lunge, but I want you to turn the toes now so that they're facing towards maybe say the front of the yoga mat. And we did this as well. This is the Scandasana, the Yogi squat. So start with your hands. You may need to start upright to begin and just go from side to side. And that your hips are drawing back. Your back is trying to be straight. As your body starts to get warmer, then maybe you can take your hands to the ground. And I want you to tick-tock side to side. Pull the toes up as your hips go closer towards the ground. So think quadricep up, toes are up towards the sky, and then come back through center and switch it. So your hips drop down. And same thing here. I want you to do 10 to 20, just working this active flexibility from side to side. As your body gets really warm, and then maybe you can bring your hands into heart center, letting your thumbs touch your heart space. Think about really good posture, keeping the back straight, your gaze is forward, and you're going side to side. And then after you've done 20 of those, then I want you to keep your feet wide. Maybe stand up for a moment just to get a break. Take your arms out really wide. And then from your heart, lead with your heart. Your toes are slightly pigeon-toed in. And then you decide. You can either take your hands in line with the toes. You can catch the outside of your ankles. And then I want you to start to pull your chest down towards the ground. So push down into the knife edge side. So you're pushing onto the outer part of the foot and the inner part of the foot. And then hug your inner thighs together. As your inner thighs draw up, then maybe the crown of the head can reach lower to the ground. And let those hamstrings start to elongate. Allow them to relax. And here you can just decide, we'll just start with this week. Maybe over time, we can start to bend the knees and straighten the legs. And we can do that as well too for 20 times. And then you can come back and see if your range of motion has increased into your standing wide leg forward fold. Breathe into the back of the legs, especially the back of those knees. And then bring your hands to your hips, come up to a nice stand, and then join the legs together to stand. All right, so we'll start with that to begin, those 5, and I'll continue to send you more over time. So, namaste.